Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Well, we're here with one beautiful coaster that is gonna take us 4 different colors. So we're gonna start with a yellow one, move along with the white, red, and the green. I have changed my type of red. If you see previous videos, you will see that I have been using this one really thin, but in this type of project I need something thicker. That's why I took this one to kind of go on along with the size of the yarn. This yarn is a slightly thinner than the rest, so I'm gonna start in a 3.5 and I might go up to a 4 at some point if I see it's getting too tight, because these two might look too tight with a 3.5. So I can get my 3 out of the way, and then other thing that I have as well are my scissors. There you go. So these are all the materials you're gonna need for this project. To start, we are gonna do the magic ring. If you have no idea how to do the magic ring, I suggest you go and watch my tutorial on how to do it, which I do it quite slow. And then we are gonna start with the chains. You're gonna start chaining 2. That first 2 chains are gonna count as our first double crochet. And in our magic ring, along the entire circle, we are gonna have to work 15 double crochets. As I say, the first chain does count as 1, so you have to do 14 more. How is the double crochet? So we are gonna yarn over, introduce our hook through the hole, pull. You have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 again. So that's 1 double crochet. As well, remember that the tail always have to be on the same direction that you're working. You cannot leave that tail behind. Why? Because now, as you work closer and closer to the end, you're gonna pull that tail and you're gonna close your magic ring. If you are to leave it at the beginning behind you, you won't be able to do that movement, okay, to close that circle. And as well, as you move along in the project, if you need it to and it gets a little bit open, you can always, as you can see, pull it and then you just tie up the project. I remind you, we are doing 15 double crochets on the same magic ring, and the first chain, if you stop and count it, does count as 1, okay? Not in every single project. That's something you have to keep in mind as a beginner. Not every project count the chains as a stitch. That's why you always have to keep that in mind. Pay attention what we say when we do the tutorials. In this case, yes. So here I was counting, so I could go back again and make as many more as I will need before I can finish and I close my magic ring. With the color yellow, this is our first and last row that we are doing, so you don't have to use a brand fresh yarn. If you have a little scraps of yarn around, you could use them. It's not that you're gonna use much yarn at all on this circle, to be honest, so don't start a new yarn if you have something left over. I sometimes do that, even if it doesn't seem like in the videos. You will see it in next few videos how sometimes I do so. So yeah, the way to close our circle will be pull your tail, you go back to that first chain that we did, and in the top of it you're going to slip stitch, and that's the way how you close the circle, and that's your magic ring. Now that we have finished, we're gonna chain 1, we're gonna take our scissors, we're gonna cut that loop, and then we're gonna pull as tight as we can to close that first circle. Then we're going to add the white one. Once we add the white one, you could always stitch it all and close it, but you don't have to if you don't want to. And how you're gonna start is with chain 3. That chain 3 counts as our first double crochet. Okay, so that's 1 double crochet that you have done in there. Now what you're going to do is you're gonna chain 2 more, and you will be like, aren't we doing 5 chains? Yes, but our stitch is 2 and we have 2 chains of spacing between stitches before we do another double crochet. So we have 2 stitches, 2 chains that leave us in between, and 3 chains that are 1 stitch. Keep that in mind, okay? That's only a little bit confusing on the first row, but that's how you have to do. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna skip the next stitch, and you're gonna go and do 1 double crochet, 2 chains, 1 double crochet on the same stitch in that same space, okay? So you see now, yes, we are doing the same that we did before, but we are building a full stitch, so it looks a little bit different. I know when we start with chains can be a little bit confusing sometimes, okay? That's why I like to do 2 or 3 stitches with you so you can see the difference. Now we skip one again, we go to the next one, and then again we are gonna do 1 double crochet, 2 chains, 1 double crochet, okay? That's what we're doing across the entire circle. And be really careful when you reach the end, because that last stitch that it seems like one space you should be working. No, it's not. It's where your first 3 chains come from, okay? Do not work that stitch. What you're gonna do now is you are going to do a slip stitch, and you are going to chain 1, you're gonna cut your tail, and then you're gonna close again and add the red color. It's time to move to the next color, okay? So once we move to the next color, we're gonna start with chain 2. That chain 2 counts as our first double crochet. Once we chain 2, we're gonna do 1 double crochet on that chain space that we have built up before. Then we're gonna chain 2, and then we're gonna do 2 double crochets on that same chain space, on that same stitches space that we've been working before. So you have 4 double crochets in the same space, which again, right now it doesn't seem like because of the first chain stitches that we've done, okay? But it is in there. And now what you have to do is you have to go across all the chain stitches that you have from before and do it again, and then close your project as usual. Once you have finished that row, it comes the time to move to the next row. On the next row, we are not going to do any chains before we start. We're straight away gonna do 4 double crochets in the next chain space close to where we finished. You're gonna do 4 double crochets, 2 chains, 4 double crochets on the same chain space from before, okay? So we haven't started with any chains at the beginning that count as a double crochet. That's the difference of this row. Now, I made a mistake here where I did it, but that's why I move along with you so I can show you. Now, once you finish doing 4 double crochets, 2 chains, 4 double crochets, with basically is us creating these beautiful petals that I really love so much, and I can't wait to doing projects with different colors for you. You see that space in between is where we have to do the transition until the next corner. You have to do 1 single crochet. I made a mistake on the first one and I did a slip stitch. Do not follow me on this point. You have to do 1 single crochet. Then you're going to move to the next corner. Then you are again gonna make 4 double crochets, 2 chains, 4 double crochets, and then you're gonna do 1 single crochet. You're gonna see me now in this one. That's why I keep it slow, so you can see how I did it and how my mistake happened at the beginning. As well, keep in mind, this is what you have to do across the entire row. This is how you have to work the last row of your red color. Once you reach the end, you're gonna see that you are in the moment where you're supposed to do your single crochet, and that's what you're gonna do, because remember, we start straight away with our double crochet, so we do not have that single crochet build up on that first stitches, okay? So remember, keep doing your 4 double crochets, chain 2, 4 double crochets, 1 single crochet. I see you at the end, and remember to do not to close up and join with the first stitch, not at all. You just have to do the single crochet to close the entire row. Okay, it's really simple and it's really easy. I promise you. Pause the video if you have to, go back if you need to. Just be really careful. Do not follow my first stitch when I did a slip stitch rather than a single crochet. You see, once we reach the end, there we have all of our stitches. So we're gonna have come to the space where we should do our single crochet, and we close our red color by chaining one, and then once more we are going to add another color. You see already how beautiful is it look. It's really, really pretty. And then here comes the time to add our green. You're gonna chain one. That doesn't count as a single stitch or anything, okay? You're just gonna chain one, and then now you're gonna chain four. That chain four is what we're gonna work. Yes, you kind of have 5 chains, but it's actually just 4. That first chain is just to create the space that we're gonna need later on once we finish across our entire row of the greens. Okay, once you've done the 4 chains, you're gonna move to that corner space and you're gonna do 2 double crochets. And here come the modification that I can give you. You can either do 2 chains or you can do 3 chains. I've done 3 chains because I want the end to be more spiky. If you want it a little bit more like circly, I will suggest you just do 2. Okay, that's one of the ways to do it. There's too many ways to do these spiky pivots, these spiky ends. Okay, now once you've done the 2 stitches after the chains, you're gonna go back to the space in between the petals, okay, where we did our single crochet single crochet before. We are going to do 1 single crochet. We're gonna chain 4 again, and we're gonna work again on our corner. Okay, so now we're doing the repetition all the time of the same, which is 2 double crochets. In my case, is 3 chains. You can do 2 chains if you want to. 2 double crochets, 4 chains, 1 single crochet, 4 chains, and then again you go back to the corners or to the spiky bits, pivots, however you want to call it, petals, and then again you are gonna do the 2 stitches, 2 3 chains, 2 stitches. Okay, this is how we are gonna work the entire row. This is our first and last row on the green one. Just make sure you do not jump any steps. Make sure you do your single crochet in between to connect 4 chains with 4 chains, and then again it's 2 double crochets, chain 2 or chain 3, depends how spiky you want your ends, and 2 double crochets again. As you can see, we're really close to the end of this project. It's really easy. I really hope my explanations and my way to show it to you, it's good enough. Please let us know in the comments how we are doing, because I have a lot more projects on the way, and your opinion matters a lot to us. And what do you think about our videos? What do you think we can improve? What do you need more, or what do you need less? Just let us know, so we will make sure we can support every single crochet makers over here. Once we reach the end, as you can see, there we have our connection of the 4 chains. So we do our single crochet, and then again we are gonna chain 1, and then we're gonna cut the end and pull through. What I like to do right now, it's because in this type of project it's too visible and it's not gonna be that easy to hide the ends. To secure the beginning and end of every single color, what I like to do is I like to do little knots in between. If you tie them really, really well, 1, it's completely secure, and 2, they are not gonna be that visible because they are connection in between stitches, or they are connection in between colors, so it's not a big difference in between. And then yes, you will take your yarn needle, and then you will start hiding your ends. In this case, for me, I'm so sorry, I was working in so many projects this day, I couldn't find my small needle. That's why I couldn't finish it to show it to you in the moment being. But you can see how beautiful is it look like. Again, this project can be made in so many different colors that I can't wait to share them with you. So I really hope you found this tutorial, our last Christmas tutorial, one of the easiest one and really beautiful, our last idea for you for a last minute gift. You can do as coaster or decoration for your Christmas table as well. Again, repeat it as many times as you want to. I'll suggest you as well put something heavy on top of it, or iron it a little bit to make it flatter and make sure it is done. And again, if you like this type of videos, please don't forget to give us a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to press the notification bell so you will get notified every time we upload a video. Please let us know how we are doing. We really appreciate all of your love and support that you have gave us during this month of December, and how much you are enjoying all of these tutorials of crochet for absolute beginners. We are gonna be here really soon with a lot more projects, with many other topics, not just Christmas. We promise you, and your opinion matters. So let us know how we are doing and what would you like to see more in the channel, and we will be here for you. Thank you so much one more time for passing by on our channel, and most importantly, Merry Christmas.